All right, welcome back everybody to YouTube channel ICOExpert, and today I'm very glad to present you guys another ICO review with the name SYNCFAB. And today our guest, three people, is team of SYNCFAB. And before I will make introduction, I want to make a quick announcement that ICOExpert is not registered to provide investment advice, and all videos reviews are only our opinion about that, so it is up to you and you are only responsible for any gains or losses. So guys, let's start it because I know you are super busy with your ICO. You are launching public sale tomorrow, and so can you guys a little bit talk about idea behind SYNCFAB, why you decided to start it, and what is that SYNCFAB?
Certainly, yeah. So SYNCFAB is an Ethereum blockchain-based protocol and DApp, decentralized application, which connects hardware buyers directly with hardware manufacturers, which was built on a manufacturing platform that we developed in partnership with the San Francisco Bay Area city of San Leandro, which is predominantly the industrial area where a lot of the manufacturing activities are concentrated, in addition to in partnership with a federal partnership called the Clean Energy Smart Manufacturing Innovation Initiative with 5 regional manufacturing centers around the country. And essentially we are streamlining the manufacturing procurement process initially through our existing platform, and then accelerated and further secured by blockchain.
Okay, cool. You talked about a little bit about United States, and what bring me attention to this ICO is it correct or not that United States citizens can participate in this ICO?
Yeah, that is correct. I mean, so essentially, you've got your spectrum of what they call, utility tokens versus security tokens. And in terms of pure utility, I mean, you're purchasing access to hardware manufacturing. So, as far as utility goes, so we're in an economic development partnership with the city of San Leandro, where it's essentially we are mandated. We're signed in a contract, signed service contract. We're mandated to bring business to these factories, and so we're essentially pre-selling access to the capacity for these factories. That's the definition of a utility token, and the reason that U.S. citizens are eligible is because, well, a lot of the business is located there, and so it wouldn't make sense if they weren't eligible.
That is actually a very big plus, because as you know, nowadays you don't see so many ICOs which allows to citizens of United States to take part inside, and I think this is big plus, and means for me it's like giving credibility and safety about that. Let's talk about a little bit about your team. Can you some words about your team, because I see 3 of you. Can you say something about your team and advisory board?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm very happy when we're all able, when more of us are able to participate in the video, in the interviews like this, so that we can engage more with the community and with you. So absolutely. So I'll keep my part short, so that Ben and Andy can share more. So my previous background is in financial operations, manufacturing operations. Predominantly, I spent a lot of time in China, almost 2 decades. From when they moved from the 12th largest economy to number 2 economy, and I saw a lot of the rapid industrialization there, and the upgrading and the retooling of their manufacturing, their factories and their foundries, their iron foundries, and what technologies were involved to really move them up the food chain and make them more competitive in the manufacturing space. And so when I left my previous post as an executive, the president and CFO of a NASDAQ traded Chinese company that with international shareholders that was working on the infrastructure for the high-speed rail project all around China, as well as the U.S. Embassy and the French Embassy in Beijing, and the Bird's Nest for the Olympic Stadium, et cetera, that there were these new advanced manufacturing technologies that could be used to make the supply chain more competitive and more responsive. So because of that, we started SYNCFAB in 2013, and then started to upgrade it with blockchain once blockchain technology was more widely accepted by the industry and mature enough in 2016. So that's me, Jeremy, founding CEO. Thank you.
And
hi, I'm Ben Gerstein. I'm the VP of Marketing. My background previously was in digital marketing. I have my own agency and worked with a lot of industrial manufacturing clients, namely Omron and Emerson. Emerson is a Fortune 50 company that has many different divisions I worked with as part of their digital council, advising them on strategies related to marketing. Previously, I'd worked with Ogilvy and Mather in marketing and advertising, media planning, mostly focused on digital marketing, digital media planning, search engine marketing, and so forth. And then most recently had headed up marketing for a Silicon Valley VC-funded startup called SalesHead, where we focused on software as a service. So software as a service to a lot of enterprise businesses, and then marketing to industrial manufacturing space. That's my background, and that's why it fits well with SYNCFAB.
Hi, my name is Andy Todd. I'm the co-founder and chief strategy officer of SYNCFAB. I've been Jeremy's partner pretty much since day one. I got involved early in 2013. I was actually the first seed investor, and sat down with Jeremy at a cafe in Asia and talked about, creating a company that, involved bringing power back to the small and medium-sized manufacturers. And initially we started with 3D printing, but then we made the pivot to CNC machining. The industry is just bigger. It has more potential. So during around that time, I also started looking into cryptocurrencies, and the first cryptocurrency that I was a big fan of was, Bitcoin. And the future, I saw the vision, the long-term vision of the future, and it's a game changer. And been following that since then. And mid of last year, we decided to get onto the blockchain, and this is here we are today. And my responsibilities with the business is really to accelerate the growth of the business, get the awareness out, bringing in the right partners, and just being a kick-ass company, and being a global player. So that's where we're at right now.
It's very good to see such experienced team, and I didn't know that SYNCFAB is already from 2013, so many years have been already background, so it makes another credibility for me and another plus. And also I want to also ask regarding MVP product, demo product, because you wrote that. Am I right or not that on the website that you have a demo product?
Yeah, there's a live product that's live right now. So the blockchain component is blockchain.syncfab.com, but the live product that's live right now is just syncfab.com. So anybody can go there and register currently. It was live prior to the blockchain initiative. It's live right now. So they can just log right onto that and use that just like a normal user, where they will register. They will select their user type, if they are a supply chain purchase manager, engineer, hardware designer, innovator, etc., or whether they're a manufacturer. And so we put those two together. And this is all based on the protocol in the industry of how a supply chain purchase manager or designer or inventor usually goes about procuring production for their prototypes and their parts. And so they have their associated computer design files, their digital assets that they will include with that. And they will clarify, the production amount, the turnaround time, their budget, specific requirements, certifications, materials that are required, and then they will get the quotes accordingly based on those capable shops that can provide those services.
That is good because not so many ICOs have already existing product or existing demo product. Right, so if you already have some demo or some existing products, again, another big plus from me about your ICO. Now, let's talk about tokens. You already mentioned that it is based on Ethereum token, and also you mentioned that tomorrow is going to be public sale starting. How many tokens going to be on sale, and when approximately do you plan to finish the ending date of your ICO sale?
Yeah, sure. So we've actually, there's 300 million tokens that are available for the public sale. A portion of those have already been sold in the pre-sale. The pre-sale went live in January last month. It's been doing exceedingly well, and we've been rapidly building a very supportive community organically. We see a lot of, very people who really understand the business model, who are really involved, who, are participants and players in the industry and see the true potential. So we're very encouraged by that. So that community buildup has been fantastic. And as you mentioned, so tomorrow we're transitioning from the pre-sale into the public sale. And so what that means is essentially, I mean, right now we're currently open to the public, but it's going to transition to the full public version where we head into that final stretch of the kind of 30-day period, if you will. And so the conclusion of the token sale will occur either when we hit our hard cap or 30 days later. So our hard cap is at 33,000 ETH, and we recently shared an update with the community that we were at 11,000 ETH collected, or approximately 75% of the soft cap and about a third of the hard cap, which according to our studies and recent history of successful token sales, those most successful token sales tend to reach about a third of their offering, a third of their sale, with the general public, and then the other 2/3 with kind of strategic, consortium, industry groups for in our case, industry groups. And so we've already reached that kind of, that characteristic of a successful, token sale. And so anything at this point that goes beyond that in the public sale is really is just further solidifying and strengthening the growth and support of our community. So we're really excited about that.
Okay, cool. If to continue regarding tokens, I think maybe we'll ask when do you plan to release your tokens on exchanges after ICO? I know this process is long one, but when do you think you are going to list tokens on exchanges?
So there's a very simple answer to that, which unfortunately that's not a subject that we can speak to. We are precluded from speaking to the topic of exchanges legally. That's just we cannot comment on that.
Okay, thanks. But again, if to speak about your company, are your companies registered in United States or jurisdiction or another jurisdiction?
So we're in a partnership with an international company because we have global ambitions for to emulate truly the breadth of our community and of the blockchain network itself, as we're looking to continue to expand and grow and accelerate the growth of the global supply chain. So we have an international partner called Smart MFG Tech, who's the issuer of the token in partnership with SYNCFAB. And SYNCFAB is a U.S. registered company, yes. We're registered in the United States.
Yes.
We plan around the world as well. And the idea would be that a manufacturer that has operations in California can manufacture a product, they have a design, and they want to distribute it around the world into different communities. They might want to customize that product for the market that they're going to be approaching. And so they could go buy it through SYNCFAB and then have the last point of customization and delivery at the different manufacturers locally in those countries. And so that's kind of the vision for that on a global basis.
Okay. You already mentioned about your community, which you got organically during the process of ICO. I think that at this moment it is nearly 8,000 members, for example, at Telegram. Some people saying
we're actually at 9,700. We're going to be at 10,000 in a couple of days, so we're growing fast.
Probably actually more like a couple hours. More like a couple hours.
A couple hours, right? Correction. He corrected me.
That is actually what I wanted to ask, because somebody said that, well, community is not so big for ICO, but well, but you already mentioned that in couple hours can be more than 10,000. You think, in your opinion?
Yeah, so the difference is a lot of these other communities, the way they're being built is from our understanding is they're doing things like airdrops and those kind of things. So just acquiring new users who haven't taken the time to understand the product or to understand the services, and not only does that conflict with regulations behind what's a security versus a utility token, it also doesn't create a genuine following or a genuine community. And everybody who's joined or who's a part of our community as an extension of our token sale, which is a utility token sale versus a non-utility token sale, they're people who understand and support our product and who support the revolution of the manufacturing industry with blockchain.
Hey, just not to sound cliche, but if we're talking about real users, real support, it's quality over quantity in terms of the industry we're participating in. So, airdropping, like the incentive of airdropping is really to get the token and then just go somewhere else. They're not going to be part of the community after the airdrop. So people have to look long term and really understand what the real issue of marketing a company is in the space. And unless you're a real team, a real business, existing platform, customers, real plans, sometimes the big fat numbers is not the real thing that you should be measuring, but the actual interaction with the plans and how the community is interacting. So, we might not be 50,000 today, Telegram members, or 100,000, but we're growing steadily, organically, the proper way. Not the, sign up to our survey and then get a token, and then once they get the token, they just go somewhere else. That's not what we're looking for.
Also, to add to that, we're really focused on the manufacturing side of it, and in recruiting people and getting targeting specifically people that are innovators and that are engineers. And you see a lot of it in our community, them talking about engineering related issues or problems that they've had in their experience trying to manufacture a product. You see a lot of that, and that's basically what the conversation's about in our channel. Whereas you look at other communities and they're talking about things that are related to investments and so forth. But our people are talking about how can I use this product to actually manufacture and streamline that process for my company.
I totally agree with you guys that quantity is not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is quality. It is better to have less but way better community which support you, and so I agree with that. If, for example, tomorrow public sale is going to be started and our viewers want to take part in it, what is the process? Do you have like traditional KYC process when they need to upload information about themselves? How it is? Can you a little bit explain steps to take part inside of your ICO?
This is a very good question, especially at this critical point in time for the public sale, because as an extension of the success of the awareness building and of the awareness building, there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of danger out there as well in terms of like scammers, people who would like to defraud or scam the genuine participants, real designers, engineers, people who are excited about what we're doing with blockchain to revolutionize the manufacturing industry. So that being said, they will only use the tokensale.syncfab.com URL with no modifications to it, no additional words, no additional letters. It's tokensale.syncfab.com, and then from there's a very clear step process that they will go through for KYC, which is standard, which will qualify them to to check and make sure that there is no money laundering going on, that we're understanding their background, and that the contributions they're making are legitimate and properly gained, and that they are genuine and authentic participants in the industry. So they'll go through that, submitting their information. We check them in real time, and then based on that, they're qualified as for immediate eligibility or ineligibility. So it's only tokensale.syncfab.com. No other.
Good.
And our members of our community will not give out, or our administrators and our team members will not give out any special addresses for any special incentives or anything like that. So beware of scammers. Just follow the tokensale.syncfab.com.
Yes, that's good. In your opinion, tomorrow is public sale, and in my opinion, that you will get to your goal very fast. In my opinion, your ICO is like, if to think about top 10 ICOs during the next couple of weeks, in my opinion, you are one of them. So that is why I wanted to take an interview with you guys, and thanks a lot for that. But before we finish, I have the last two questions. It's like your vision about what will be your company in 1 year approximately. SYNCFAB, what will be approximately price for your token in 1 year as well?
So where we see the company a year from now is essentially the existing service with the existing community. We see that growing substantially. So in the current framework, where we're very kind of California focused and US focused to being a lot more broadly diversified geographically and regionally around the globe, with more participation there, both on the supply chain purchase manager side as well as on the manufacturing supplier side. So a more diverse procurement ecosystem, larger in size, significantly larger in size, which is being mirrored by, you know, this rapid growth in our community of followers. So a lot, and as well as a very rapid scale of this new blockchain empowered service, which is going to be what I call lifecycle process management, which is going to completely, so in addition to the tokenization of the incentive of the responsiveness of the supply chain, which is critical to the competitiveness of manufacturing going forward, that alone is going to draw a lot of interest from industry for new partnerships. So we have existing partnerships, but we anticipate drawing a large number of new partnerships from significant players, of those who are either just curious or they have real interest to build on substantive, you know, either you know, proof of concept work or actual, you know, rollouts and deployments, as well as this lifecycle process management, you know, for the parts. So we just see ourselves having an extremely busy year that's just accelerated, you know, by this rapid growth of the community and the deployment of blockchain, and that we're going to be attracting a lot of new partnerships.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be a really busy year.
Yeah, I believe so. The question asking all our guests is, you are now in blockchain, so you know what's a little bit going on with Bitcoin and so on. Just last question is, in your opinion, what will be Bitcoin in 1 year? Any number. So it is like the last question.
I'm sorry, what is it? What will Bitcoin be?
What will be the price of Bitcoin in 1 year?
Okay, in 1 year. Well, I'll say a number, and then I'll let Andy. I'll give everybody an opportunity to say a number. So
yes, yes, sure.
I'll say you know, 50,000.
Okay, cool.
That was actually the amount that I was going to say as well. So I'll say 45,000.
Okay.
You know what, guys?
I got to be different.
For me, I'm an analyst, or I don't like to do predictions. I'm more realistic. I just say as long as it's better than what's been going on for the last couple of weeks, then I'm happy.
That's a good answer.
Okay. Good one.
Good one. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for time for answers about your ICO. I'm wishing you good luck with your public sale. As I said, in my opinion, you have very good, strong pluses, very good team idea behind. You have demo product, already existing product live. United States customers can take part inside of this ICO. So is to combine all this information together. I believe this is one of the top 10 upcoming ICO during the next couple of weeks. So if you want to say something to our viewers, our users, you can finish right now as well.
Well, I usually like to add that you know, the manufacturing industry can be quite you know, overwhelming to a lot of people who are you know, either like they've been in the industry a long time even, or they're new, you know, say like they're still in school, you know, studying industrial design, or even just they may just be artists, but they still have ideas for products, or even just general consumers, you know, who go into the stores, or they shop on Amazon and they have an idea about a product, but they don't really know how to do it. And so what's brilliant about this new technology, computer-aided design, computer-aided manufacturing, is these new technologies can actually render, they can, you know, materialize what those ideas that they have in their head are. And so regardless of whether or not they have a product design idea, or whether or not they just support the revolution of the manufacturing industry, and they want to see blue-collar workers supported for work that they're doing, they want to see those have-nots who have been left behind by technological development actually benefit from these new technological innovations that we're seeing, that all those people that I just mentioned, you're all eligible for the MFG token sale.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. All right, thanks again. If you like this video, you can put likes below this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, ICOExpert. Thanks again.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.